Hi guys, welcome to tonight's Lean and Green video. I'm not sure what to call this yet. We're going to be experimenting a little. What we're going to be using is orange cauliflower, just because it looked interesting, and we're going to be making a roasted garlic cauliflower mash with that. We're going to add just garlic, cauliflower, a little bit of sour cream, salt and pepper, and then we're going to be making a chicken roll, but instead of using chicken breast and pounding it out, what we're going to try and use is ground chicken or minced chicken. You could do this with turkey as well. I just don't eat turkey. And what we're going to do is saute up some garlic, spinach, chopped mushrooms, saute those up, and then we're going to season our chicken with some onion and cumin. I'm loving cumin right now, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to roll this up to kind of give it a spiral effect when we cut it or slice it, and serve it on top of our roasted cauliflower garlic mash. So wish me luck, and here we go. So first things first, what we're going to do first is we're going to roast our cauliflower and our garlic. So what I'm going to do is just break up my cauliflower on a cookie sheet with some parchment paper. Me and the girls went grocery shopping and we saw this orange cauliflower, and I thought, hey, that looks pretty interesting. Let's try garlic mash with that, or cauliflower mash with that. So that is what we're going to do. So we're just going to throw that on the tray. Then we're going to slice up our garlic, little olive oil, mix it up, and we're going to throw it in the oven at 375 for about a half an hour. And we just want this to have a nice brown bake on top before we stick it in our food processor to make our mash. So while our cauliflower is in the oven roasting or browning, what we're going to do is we're going to slice up mushrooms, garlic, onion. We're going to put it in a skillet with a little bit of olive oil. We're going to get that sauteing and cooked down. And then last minute, we'll just add a bunch of spinach to it. Just kind of get it wilted down, not too much. And then we will begin making our roll. So once we have our mushrooms, onions, and garlics cooked down, what we're going to do is add quite a few handfuls of spinach. This is what's going to go inside of our chicken. And we want to be generous with this because this is going to be our green part of our dish, as well as spinach and all greens kind of cooked down to nothing. And we're not going to cook these a ton. We just want to soften them up, wilt them down a little so that they don't take up a ton of room when we're trying to roll our chicken. Now, so for our ground chicken, what I'm going to be using is some ground cumin and some ground onion. Maybe quarter of a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of each, depending on how much you like those flavors. I happen to really like cumin lately. I don't know what my deal is. And some onion, and that's going to be our seasoning for our chicken. And we're going to mix that up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to lay out a piece of parchment paper, put some olive oil on it, put our chicken on top of that, and just flatten it out as much as we can. And then we're going to put our mixture on top of our spinach and mushrooms, and then we're going to try and roll it. This is a first for me. I usually do this with chicken breasts that I pound out, but they never seem to be thin enough to roll the way I like. So we're experimenting here with ground chicken. So now that we have our mixture rolled in our chicken, what I'm going to do is roll it onto a fresh piece of parchment paper. And we're going to roll it in the parchment paper and start it off baking. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just put it on a cookie sheet and bake it like that. I hope we'll be okay. My fear is that this will just come apart, but hopefully not. We will try it out. So let's get this on a cookie sheet, and we are going to throw this in the oven at 350 for about 30 to 40 minutes. We'll stick a thermometer in it when we're getting close, and we're going to be checking for a temperature of 170 and go from there. Hopefully it doesn't all fall apart. So let's get this baking. So for our roasted cauliflower mash, this is our cauliflower and garlic after we roasted it in the oven. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick it in our food processor, garlic and all. We're going to add about a tablespoon of light sour cream. And we are going to add a little pepper to taste and a little salt to taste. And then we're going to blend it up. So here's our chicken roll after we baked it at we baked it at 375, and we ended up doing it for about 40 minutes, and then we have what basically kind of turned into a puree, a really smooth yellow cauliflower garlic mash. So now what we're going to do is slice this up and plate it. So here we have our minced chicken spinach mushroom rolls on top of a roasted garlic and cauliflower puree or mash. And I just put a little roll of spinach in the middle just for effect. So I hope you like this video. As always, remember to eat healthy. Your body will thank you for it. And also, be imaginative and be creative with your food. You don't necessarily have to know what you're making. Make it an experiment and make it fun. And you never know what you'll end up with.